sentence that blew up your entire relationship. My boyfriend Emilio told me on our third date that he had an identical twin brother named Diego, who made it his mission to ruin his life. He said, Diego has scared off every girlfriend I've ever had. He shows up and says horrible things and causes problems. If you want to be with me, you have to accept that he might do this to you too. He showed me a photo of the two of them together. Emilio was smiling, but the other guy looked angry. He said, I've tried restraining orders, but he always finds loopholes. I understand if this is too much for you. I said I could handle it because I really liked him. For the first month, everything was perfect. Then one afternoon, while Emilio was at work, someone knocked on my apartment door. I looked through the peephole and saw Emilio's face, but something about the expression seemed wrong. He said, hey babe, forgot my key. This had to be Diego. I didn't open the door. He knocked for 20 minutes saying things like, I know you're in there. God, you're even uglier in person than in photos. No wonder you had to settle for my loser brother. He left a note under my door that said, eat less. You're getting fat. When I told Emilio, he was furious. He said, this is exactly what Diego does. I'm so sorry. Please don't let him win. Another time, Diego cornered me in my work parking garage while Emilio was out of town. He said, everyone at Emilio's office thinks you're a gold digger. They laugh about how you trapped him before someone better could. I started feeling paranoid constantly. Every time I saw someone who looked like Emilio, my heart would race. Was it my boyfriend or his psycho twin? Emilio was so supportive every time Diego appeared. He'd hold me and say, I wouldn't blame you if you left. This is my burden, not yours. But I loved him, so I stayed. Diego started leaving notes on my car windshield. One said, your thighs are getting bigger. Maybe lay off the bread. Another said, I saw you at dinner last night. You laugh like a donkey. How does Emilio stand it? I showed Emilio every note and he'd get so angry. He said, I'm going to find a way to stop this. You don't deserve any of this. 2 weeks later, I was at the grocery store when Diego appeared in the cereal aisle. He got right in my face and said, you're aging terribly. All those wrinkles around your eyes. Emilio must be disgusted every time he looks at you. I started crying right there in the store and he walked away laughing. When Emilio found out, he held me while I sobbed and said, I'm going to protect you. I promise. Last month, I was staying at Emilio's apartment while he visited his sick cousin. I woke up at 3 in the morning and Diego was standing in the bedroom doorway watching me sleep. I screamed and he said, you look disgusting when you sleep. Mouth hanging open like that. Really gross. He walked out before I could call anyone. When Emilio got home the next morning, he was devastated. He said, he still has a key somehow. I'm going to handle this once and for all. He said he'd talked to his parents about getting Diego into a facility. A week later, I was at Target when I saw a woman I recognized. It was Emilio's mom from the photo. I'd never met her before because Emilio always made excuses when I asked. My heart started pounding because what if Diego was with her? But she was alone. I walked up to her and said, Mrs. Gonzalez, I'm dating your son, Emilio. Her face lit up and she hugged me. She said, oh, you must be the girlfriend. So wonderful to meet you. We talked for a few minutes and then I asked, is Diego here with you? I'd rather avoid him if possible. She looked confused and said, who's Diego? I said, Emilio's twin brother. That's when she said it. Honey, Emilio doesn't have a brother. He's an only child. He's been an only child his entire life. My stomach dropped. I said, are you sure? She said, I think I'd remember if I had 2 sons. I drove straight to Emilio's apartment. He was home and when he opened the door, I said, your mom told me you don't have a brother. His face changed completely. The warm expression disappeared and he looked cold. He said, you talked to my mom? I said, there is no Diego. You've been pretending to be your own evil twin so you could say horrible things to me. He started laughing. He said, took you long enough to figure it out. I was wondering how much longer you'd believe that stupid story and one photoshopped picture. I said, why would you do this? He said, because it's funny. Because I wanted to see how much you'd take. Every girlfriend falls for it and I get to say whatever I want to them. I said, you're insane. He said, no, you're just stupid. Who actually believes someone has an evil identical twin? That's literally a soap opera plot. I left and he followed me into the hallway yelling, you're going to regret this. Nobody else will want you. I blocked him and filed a restraining order.